Alright, really, is 3 pieces necessary now? No, but what it is, I've listened to your second part twice and didn't listen to the first one, and I think in the first one you touched on some other things that I didn't even really address. But one thing you said, a comment you made in the first video, where you said, if we had younger people who were stronger, um, to be able to have something to bounce back off of all the negative influences coming from the media, the world, the artists, and all that type of stuff, then we'd be in a better place. And that kind of goes back to support my statement or belief that it's really on us as a body of believers to prepare and gird up and strengthen and give that to the younger generation, because the reality is, because of the times that we're in, yeah, I mean, they're bombarded to the hilt with the negative. But again, I think it's sad when it's where even people who are not saved, who are not going to church, who are in the world, are sick and tired of a lot of the negative stuff in the media, to the point to where they even look for other alternatives for what to do, get into, listen to, or whatever, because they even see the obvious, which is everything's about sex or wealth, overly. I mean, the media and the world, they're getting to the point where they're doing things so overtly and so just relentless, lavishly, without restraint, to where even people who follow that train of thought and belief are getting sick and tired of it. Like, God, give me a break. People will say all day now, I don't even watch TV anymore, because eventually people get sick of it, even if even people who aren't saved. So that's one thing. The other, as I try to remember, I should have took notes. But oh, um, I think it's sad when it's where, like, I think there's a lot of work to be done, um, for us as believers, for the youth and people in general of the same age range that you mentioned, like from 12 to 35 or whatever. And it's really sad when in this day and age we have a lot of resources. We have so many different books and resources, and the Bible in a format that is so easy to read and understand now. I mean, people who have problems with, quote unquote King James or whatever, I mean, there's so many other versions now that there's really no excuse. And the sad thing is that for whatever reasons, reasons of not being able to combat, I guess whatever the world's offering or whatever, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the reasons are, but I think I really believe that it's possible. I really believe that it's possible to combat, um, the negative influence. I really think it is possible for us to prepare young people of this generation, day and age, to show them, okay, plain English, this is what the Word of God says. Plain English, this is where we should be and what we should be doing. And if you don't do that, do this. This is what the Word of God says will happen. And you can point to millions of examples, millions of statistics that support what the Word of God says. And for example, I mean, obviously sex is a really big thing. Well, how many young people are still, totally gung-ho on, when they get of that certain age, this person's attractive, and that's all they're thinking about, and that's all their thought process is. I mean, how many people are really, I mean, yeah, you see churches all over the place, they have the passion and purity things and keeping their virginity and this, that, and the other. Well, how successful are they? We have statistics for marriages and how well they are, how good they do, but do we have any statistics today on how well these passion and purity events and promises and things of that nature, how well they're doing? I wonder. I don't know. I haven't looked. But um, that to me is like one of the biggest places to start, because if we can get a hold on young people really understanding and really putting value on their relationship with God, and being able to enjoy their relationship with God, enjoy being in the Word, enjoy being around like people who have the same purpose, same mind, same goal for being pure, staying pure, putting God first, enjoying that relationship, enjoying growing and being together, so they're not 99% of the time always the outcast, always being alone and feeling like they're against the world and not having a community group to support them. If maybe they don't have that at home, and God forbid they don't have it at the church, where can they get the support that they need to stand firm in their beliefs and their faith with hope and joy, so that they're not having this drudged belief and drudged burden of trying to walk as Christ would have us to walk. So I think, to me, that would be like the biggest that would be a really big start, because I think if we can start there, man, that success there would just do wonders. And I think that's one place. The other place of success that obviously needs to take place on the people who are on the other end. I mean, that's more of the teenagers and young adults, where that needs to start and be successful. But then address on the other end, where we have the older young adults and their responsibility to the younger people, as well as to the people around them, of making changes and doing a lot. But anyway, it encompasses so much. It requires everyone, all believers of the faith, to really work together, to really turn everything around, just like, dare I say, somebody else who's talking about change. It takes everybody. So anyway, that's what's up. Get at me.